Hey everyone, it's Sleepy Reader. Trying a video in a different way. I'm standing up. I just want to talk a little bit about comics for my daughter, and really just two in particular. I got a few comics at Free Comic Book Day. I kind of came too late to the stores to get much. I was looking mostly for things for my daughter. I got this Molly Danger and Princess List comic book, which is the main one I want to talk about. I also got Hulk and the Agents of Smash, which is not a very good comic book, and I don't think it's even advertising a comic book. It's advertising a TV show. I don't think these are just like screenshots from the TV show with lettering added, and I don't think it's going to come out as a comic book. And it also had a little promo for Avengers Assemble. And then Tinkerbell. This my daughter liked quite a bit, and it was fun to have Tinkerbell in comics. But I don't think there is a Tinkerbell comic book. There is a Disney magazine about fairies that has like 3 or 4 pages of comics each issue. And then I think they collect them into shrunken down, almost digest-sized graphic novels. Which is too bad, because really the comic book size is perfect for a small child. The smaller books where all the pictures are cramped in are a little harder to take in. And then there was Star Wars backed with Avatar. And we've liked some other Avatar Last Airbenders that we've found, but this was not at all in the style, and it was kind of uglier and just put her off immediately. And she's not interested in Star Wars where it's about Darth Vader. It has to have Princess Leia in it. But anyway, so we really enjoyed Molly Danger. There's like an 11-page beginning of an adventure here, written and drawn by Jamal Igle, and it's got really nice art, really nice coloring, and my daughter really liked it. You know, there's just this girl, probably a young teenage girl, who's sort of a superhero / secret agent or something. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. We just dive right into the action. She's very powerful. And so Molly Danger looks like a great comic for a young girl to read and really enjoy. And it's backed by something called Princeless, which I believe is about a bunch of princesses fighting for themselves in a world that's very sexist. And this hugely turned off my daughter, and it's kind of a symbolic to me of a problem with comics aimed at girls. Not just comics, sorry, books aimed at girls. There's a certain percentage of them that feels like they'll boost up young girls' egos, or not egos, self-esteem, by having them in this world that puts girls down, but they burst forward. And the problem with that is a young girl in our day and age doesn't know about girls being put down. She's all about girls being up. She notices there aren't enough girl adventurers, girls who take action, but she doesn't at all have a sense of a world where girls aren't allowed to do things and aren't supposed to do things, and girls have to break free. And so these stories that are all about girls being repressed but then becoming knights anyway or whatever, as nice as that sounds, actually suggest to them that they shouldn't be doing these things when they never thought, a young girl never thought she shouldn't be doing things. So there's something kind of retro about that, like they're made perhaps by people in their 30s or 40s who grew up at a time where it was more obvious that girls were being put down, or just not thought through what it's like to be a young girl who wants some adventure stories of her own. So Princeless, to me, is an example of what not to do when you want to write for the new generation of girls coming up. I mean, I'm speaking as a father, because as a man, I could be totally wrong, but this is what I see. The interesting thing about all of these, the Hulk one, the Fairies one, and this, is you go to the Free Comic Book store, Free Comic Book Day thing, and they're not promoting comic books. So Molly Danger is going to come out in August as a graphic novel album, as they call it. And it, in fact, from what I've heard, is going to be oversized. So that'll be really nice. Big pictures. It's great. I'm going to get it for my daughter. But if you got this at Free Comic Book Day, you would go back to your store wondering when's the issue going to come out. Because it doesn't say in here that there is that it's going to be a graphic novel or when it's going to come out or anything like that. The reason I found that out is I heard Jamal Engel interviewed on a podcast, and that's how I learned what's really going on here. So it begs the question to me, if comic book stores are giving out all these free comics to parents and children, how are they getting the parents and children to come back? Because they'll come back and none of these comics that they saw there will be available. Maybe there'll be a Disney Fairies graphic novel, but probably not. So it's like all of these TV shows and book publishers are using Free Comic Book Day to promote stuff that really isn't about the comic book stores. So it seems kind of sad to me. That's sort of my other little editorial thing. But my main point is make strong comic books for girls with adventures in them, and don't make them be about fighting back against the man, because little girls don't know about the man, and they're going to be depressed if you tell them about the man who's putting them down. They're not ready for that, and they may not even have to face the man the way other generations of women did. And it'll be something they learn about in history classes, not when they're trying to build up their self-esteem and have images of themselves as strong-willed adventurers. Anyhow, thank you for listening to me rant on that little subject, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.